Hey, it's Heather Morano, the Mary Spinster with Aramid Herbals. Sorry for the airplane. Today we're going to be making a rose hydrosol. So I'm outside. I have a bunch of rose bushes that I need to go visit, and I'm going to start collecting the rose petals in this little basket, and then we'll go inside and I'll show you how it's done. Hydrosols are the aromatic waters that are left over after the steam distillation of essential oils. Because they lack the volatile components of essential oils, they're wonderful for babies, for children, for elderly folks, for any type of skin cream, lotion, salve, anything that needs to go on the skin that needs to be safe. You should choose a hydrosol. They can be made out of many plants and flowers. Okay, so I've picked all the roses that I'm going to use in the garden, and here's the basket. It's got all the rose petals in it. If you're like me and you don't really like spiders, this is kind of a nerve-wracking experience. I think I had 5 crawl out and crawl across the counters, so that was a little creepy. Anyway, so we need a few things to make this still to work. We need a nice big pot. We need, some people use a brick for this, but I like to use this little glass bowl. I'm going to turn it upside down like this because what it's going to do is it's going to hold this bowl on top of it. Just like that. You see that? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the roses in the pot all around that glass bowl, so that it looks like this. We're going to fill it up with water. Get some water for that. Okay. All right, so we're going to fill it with water. Then we're going to put our bowl on top. And then the crazy thing is we're going to take our lid and we're going to turn it upside down, because we're going to have the steam that comes up when it's cooking. We're going to have the steam hit the top of this lid, and we're going to have ice in here. It's going to condense and drip off of this little knob into the bowl. So what's going to end up in here is going to be our hydrosol. Okay, so now that we have our roses in the pot and our little setup with the double bowls, we're going to put our lid on top. And you can use ice cubes for this, and I recommend putting them in a Ziploc bag to keep the water from spilling all over the top. But I have all these little ice bags from various kid projects, etc. So these work fantastic for it. You're just going to load up your lid with the ice packs, and I'm going to use these for second round because these will start to melt and you'll want to replace them. And then I'm going to turn on my range. I'm going to start on high, but then once it starts to come close to a boil, I'm going to turn it down to simmer because I don't want to decimate the flowers. I want them to release their fragrance and stuff to make the hydrosol. Okay, so our flowers have been percolating, simmering for about 45 minutes, and it's going to depend on the type of plant you're using and how long it's going to go. You'll know because when you go to look, you'll see that your little bowl in the center is full of fluid. So I'm going to check on this for you. I've taken the ice bags off the top. Let me turn off the heat here. I'm going to remove the lid. Oh, and it smells really good. Oh man, it smells really good. And so I do have hydrosol in there. I'm going to pull out that bowl. Okay, so this doesn't make a lot, but that's okay. So I'm going to let this cool. This is our rose hydrosol. I'm going to let this cool, and then I'm going to put it in, I like to use canning jars because they're glass and they can handle heat and cold. I label it and I keep them in the refrigerator. They last a lot longer if you keep them refrigerated. So, rose hydrosol. Rose is good for so many things. I use it in spritzes for my face. I use it in face creams and in scrubs. Rose works wonders for your skin, and it also just smells really nice and light. So if you have any questions, make sure you post on the blog, and we'll see you next time.